Welcome back, everybody, to another dicondissectional production hosted by Deathstroke9. Today, we're going to be reacting to Phil Collins' In the Air Tonight, live, specifically because I have heard this song before. This is an incredible song. The stories around the song are really interesting, too. Even if they've been, refuted multiple times, they're still interesting. And, yeah, I've never seen this live version, which has been highly requested, along with the original, also heavily requested, but I've heard it before. So, yeah, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new to the channel, my name is Daniel, and here we react to music, and I try to figure out what the music and the lyrics mean to me personally. Yeah. All right, let's just get right into this. I'm excited. This is almost 8 minutes long, which is really cool, because I don't think the original song is not nearly 8 minutes long, right? So I wonder if there's going to be like extra things going on in the video. Who knows? Let's go. 3, 2, 1. So cool. It's emulating the sounds of the night. I love this building up of anticipation. This song is, I don't know what it is about this song. I've always loved this song. Like ever since I don't know how old I was when I heard it. I'm pretty sure I heard it when I was pretty young, and yeah, just the atmosphere that this song creates is just so incredible, and it works perfectly with like the themes of the track and the name of it. Like all of this music that we've heard up to this point feels like something in the air at nighttime, right? It's masterfully done. Let's continue. Sorry to pause it so quickly. Let's go! crowd participates in these live videos. It's so fun.
Well, if you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am. Well, I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes. So you can wipe off that grin, know where you've been. Something a packed life, and I can feel it coming in the air.
I just got chills. Holy cow. Wow.
Well, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord.
Last time I pause it. This is incredible. Thank you to the people who requested it. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh Lord. I remember, don't worry. How could I ever forget? It's the first time and the last time we ever met. But I know the reason why you keep your silence up. No, you don't fool me, 'cause I heard guys will shout.
Let's go.
Some stranger to you and me. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, I can feel it.
One of the greatest drummers ever. Like, is great. Oh, there's another one. Danny Carey right up there. All right. But yeah. So to have been in such a wildly successful group already, which was like a prog group, right? One of the very successful prog groups to be in Genesis, and then to kind of be like in the background of Genesis, then kind of come to the forefront of it. I think, is that right? Peter Gabriel leaves Genesis, right? And then Phil Collins kind of takes over and their sound changes a little bit. But eventually Phil Collins starts his own solo career, right? I think I have that timeline correctly. I might not, though. And for him to leave such a successful group and then recreate himself in many different ways and still have, like, it still creates such a long-lasting musical legacy on his own is very inspiring. It's incredible. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure my mom loves Phil Collins. But yeah, so let's see what we have here. Never trust someone who doesn't air drum to the song. Did I air drum to the song? I might not. Do not trust me, apparently. The moment when he went behind his drums. Yes, that was so epic to see him. He's slowly walking around the stage and then him to go over to that. I think the other day, not the other day, it was like a month ago. My dad had on YouTube, on the TV, and I think he was playing Genesis, but like Phil Collins was, and it was like a live video. I have no idea what songs they were playing. I wasn't really paying a ton of attention because I was doing something on the computer while he was listening to this. But they were like, I remember looking over and the set piece that they were on, it was like this big revolving disc that they were all like walking on, and two of them were biking, I think, while playing their instruments in this like raised circular thing that was just spinning. It was very interesting. Anyway. How in the heck are there 22,000 dislikes? This is such an amazing performance on so many levels. Phil Collins and his bandmates are phenomenal. I actually really agree with that comment. Normally, I don't care too much for, like, every single one of these types of videos seems to have a comment saying, why are there so many dislikes? Or who could dislike things when, you know, YouTube just has lots of people who just dislike stuff, you know? The ratio normally is really big in favor of likes, so it doesn't matter. And also dislikes help the algorithm too. Like dislikes on a video boost it around the same as likes do. Engagement helps no matter what. But this one is a little weird. It does have a pretty, it's still very small, but 23,000 is still a lot, which is interesting. I wonder why. No idea. Lord Voldemort on drums and Gandalf on guitar. Life is complete. That's pretty funny, actually. Yeah, although we were all waiting for the drums, nobody fast forwards the song to that moment. You have to earn it. This song, well, it's not earn it, but this song is a legendary experience. Yes, this version of it specifically, where we're kept waiting. And all right, I'm gonna start singing praises for this live version, but holy cow, did they build it up that entire time to that moment where he sat down behind the drums, right? Like, all of those musicians who were all, like, masterful musicians, right? There are a few different types of these live videos that are really good. For me, a lot of times it'll be either something like this or something where like a single musician or artist or singer or whoever is kind of like showing off their talent by doing all types of crazy stuff, which is often really, really cool and like mind-boggling. But then something like this, which is a little more subtle, a lot of times is instead of one person showing off their individual talents, it's a bunch of people adding as much to a song as they can with as little notes as possible, almost. They're so like conservative with what they're doing. You're not hearing a ton of like stuff going on at any given moment. Little instruments come in, and they come out, and something else takes their place. But it all adds to this ambient. Everything is very elegant. It's very minimalistic, but yet perfect at the beginning. Again, this is in the anticipation building up moment. The crowd kind of clapping along was just beautiful. And then when he sat down behind the drums, we were out of here. There were two moments too. One where the first like strum of the electric guitar, where it was like really like a almost a not a jump scare, but it was like a high point. Then later, on the drums, I think there was a moment where it was like really loud for a second. That was awesome. I don't know why. I'm really happy that I watched that. Like normally I'm happy to do reaction videos, but for whatever reason, just jamming out to that was really fun. So, again, thank you. All right. In the Air Tonight remains one of Phil Collins' best known hits. The music video, which we did not look at, I don't know if I've seen the music video actually, was directed by Stuart Orme and was, or Orme, I think, and was played on MTV shortly after the channel launched in 1981. Origins of the song are shady. Even Collins claimed he wrote it without a very clear picture in mind of what the song or who the song is about. Over time, however, it's been theorized and suggested by Collins that its basis lies in his ex-wife and the resentment that he feels towards her. Eminem famously references this song in the third verse of Stan. He improvised the lyrics during a songwriting session in the studio. I was just fooling around. I got these chords that I like, so I turned on the mic and started singing. The lyrics you hear are what I wrote spontaneously. And that frightens me a little bit, but I'm quite proud of the fact that I sang 99.9% of those lyrics spontaneously. Whoa, someone wrote, "What is In the Air Tonight about?" And Phil Collins himself, this is a verified commentary. Sometimes artists do that on Genius.com. Phil Collins himself wrote beneath this. In the Air Tonight, or his management team, all right. In an interview from earlier this year, Collins said that the lyrics of In the Air Tonight do not have any particular meaning. Most of the lyrics were improvised, and the song's dark subject matter was inspired by recent life events such as a divorce from his then-wife. Responding to theories about the song's meaning, Collins goes on to say, "I can promise you it's not what you think it's about because I don't even know what it's about." Now, yeah, so in the Eminem song, Stan, he says, it's like that Phil Collins song In the Air of the Night when this guy could have saved another guy from drowning, but he doesn't. And that's kind of like a bit of, that's what I was told the song was about, I think, when I first might have asked what it's about. And it's kind of like just a theory people have where it's like, you told me you were drowning and I would not lend a hand, and some people I think took that verse very literally and said that it was about like him at a show and he could have saved someone from drowning, but he resented them for some reason and he let them he let them die or whatever. That is an interesting story, and actually kind of scared me a little when I first heard it, but yeah, that is not what the song is about. Anyway, I can feel it coming in the air tonight, oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Now, for me personally, if I'm going off of the idea that it's from a divorce, or even trying to relate it to me personally, like I often try to, it's like the anticipation for something very big and very dramatic, probably not something positive, something like a confrontation that you've been waiting for a long time. I can feel it coming into the air tonight. There's an electricity, right? It's almost... And again, it could be positive. You could say this is almost a love song. I don't know. But when I hear those words, I'm thinking, all right, this is it. This is the moment. This is when I'm going to fight whoever. If there's something that's been bothering me or stopping me or holding me back, or something that's been actively fighting against, who I am, or there's something... There's a physical thing that I've been waiting to do this my whole life. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Then he asks, the audience, can you feel it coming in the air tonight? If you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend. And I don't know if you know who I am, but I was there, and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes. So you can wipe off that grin. I know where you've been, and it's all been a pack of lies. Contrary to popular belief, the story that Collins watched as the man who raped his wife drowned is not true. There is another version in which Collins was a witness to the drowning of his friend. Although Phil wasn't close enough, there was a man in a position to rescue his drowning friend, but he didn't attempt to rescue him. This belief was referenced by Eminem. Collins has stated in an interview that he did not write it with anything particular in mind. He was dealing with a recent divorce and he was very, very angry. and the lyrics were spontaneous. And I repeated the chorus. Then he says, I remember. So then he says, you may not, I've seen your face before, but I don't know if you know who I am. And he says, well, I remember. And it's like this angry moment. Again, that might have been where something comes and does a thing. I don't remember. But, well, I remember. Don't worry. How could I ever forget? Another thing that it makes me think of is like someone who holds a grudge for a long time, and the other person really negatively impacted their life. Like maybe when they were in school or something, one person was really, really mean to the other person, bullied them on and off for like a year, and then they got transferred. One of the people got transferred and they never spoke again, and both people went their separate ways. And the person who was bullied was super affected by it and felt that pain for 20 years down the line. The other person just moved on with their life because they didn't, there was no consequences that they faced for their actions. And maybe that person like becomes a much better person later even, but then they meet again 20 years later and the bully doesn't even remember the other person, but they're like, well, I remember, how could I forget? It's the first time, the last time we ever met, but I know the reason why you keep your silence up. No, you don't fool me. The hurt doesn't show, but the pain still grows, and it's no stranger to you and me. He isn't fooled by recent occurrences and attempts at blinding the truth or acting a victim, as he remembers what happened in the relationship and cannot be misled. This is a very interesting picture. So he's got a tambourine in his pants, and he's flipping us off, but he's looking over here. He also is shirtless. So I don't know what I'm looking at there, but okay. By saying that pain is growing and not showing, he could be suggesting a sign of silent suffering. He doesn't want to express his emotions on the situation or explain how he wants to solve the problem. He remembers to not worry. However, he's dwelling on a bad relationship and it is hurting him inside. Then the spectacular drum solo. This mini drum solo is easily the most memorable and famous part of the song. It is truly a classic. It is used in many films and videos, most famously when Mike Tyson did air drums to it in the movie The Hangover. Then repeated the chorus, and we come to the outro, and that is In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, live version. That was beautiful. All right. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing if you enjoy these types of videos, and let me know what other Phil Collins songs I should check out, because I know this one. I think there's one or two other ones that I've heard before. I'm not certain. Like, I don't really remember them because, like I said, my mom really likes him, and I think we might have a CD of his that she used to play when I was a lot younger. So I vaguely remember one song that I think she explained to me being about, like, just taking the time to be grateful for what you have and seeing that and, like, when you see people who are in less fortunate circumstances that you can, help them. And yeah, I don't remember. There was more to that lesson. I don't know what the name of the song is. I don't really remember it. I remember that's another one that stuck with me. Just kind of the general feeling that it gave me. Anyway. All right. Thank you for joining me. See you guys soon. Deathstroke 9 out. Pay no attention to the bat.